21st century. One of the things they recommended was that we have no more land wars in the Middle East, but instead develop special forces who could go in and help people who are willing to fight for themselves and their children and their future. That's what President Obama is doing today. That's good. It's not enough. You also got to use diplomacy. She negotiated a treaty with the Russians that reduced the threat of nuclear war. That's a real good thing to do. And she had to get 67 votes in the Senate. That's a lot of Republicans. She got them. But it's not enough. It's not enough. The world's borders look more like nets than walls. Even if you build that wall along the Rio Grande River, there will still be the social media. Make no mistake about it. We are fighting for freedom and decency and the absence of a violent future and the presence of a positive one for all the world's people inside the brains of billions of people over the social media. So one of the first things Hillary did when the president asked her to be Secretary of State, it was a funny conversation. She said, you know, all those young tech wizards you used to beat my brains out in the primary and the social media, I want them to come to work for the State Department. And she got them in there. She said, guys, you don't have to make a sale to me. I know how good you are. Whatever it was you did to me, I want you to do to the terrorists. And get on the social media and figure out how to win this argument. Look, those people that pulled that stunt in San Bernardino, they were converted over the social media. This is one of the biggest things I'm going to say today. This is why more than any other person running in either party, she has said, we have got to stop demonizing American Muslims for their religion. We need them to win this fight. And we can't win another one. We can't. Look, maybe it's just because I'm from New York. But I know when 9/11 happened, we need a doctor here. They're bringing somebody. When 9/11 happened, you can't do any good about that. Don't worry about it. They're bringing somebody. Most people are in danger of getting dehydrated. That's good. Okay, give it air. Everybody back off. Okay. You guys let them work. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Listen to this. When 9/11 happened, more than 200 of the people killed were your fellow Americans who were Muslims. They were murdered. The other day, a Muslim immigrant, completely documented, stopped an attempt to rob a convenience store in New York. He had a guy holding a gun on him. And he slapped the gun away. He said, hey, I just had this job a year. It's not my money. You can't have it. The gun goes off. Barely misses the guy. The robbers run away. The police come. His boss comes. He's so happy, he gives him a day off. The guy's been here since 2002. His children are 15, 17, 19, and 21. He missed their childhood. Because every 2 weeks, he sends every penny he makes home to his wife and children. And he went home to this tiny little apartment and pulled out his prayer rug and got down on his knees and thanked his Maker for sparing his life and prayed that maybe his family could finally be reunited. He is way more representative of America's Muslims than what happened in San Bernardino. And we need him sticking up for us. So, that's my case. Early voting ends in 30 minutes. I'm going to let you go. It's the last thing I want to say. It'll soon be next month. Next month will mark the 45th year since I met Hillary. We only been married 40 years because she turned me down twice before she said yes. But anyway, here's what I know. I know something about being president. I know something about building an inclusive economy and defending the country. You got to do them both. You can't pretend you can do one part of the job and not another. She's the single best change maker I've ever known. She's made every person she ever touched, every problem she ever took up, better. When she got out of law school, she went to South Carolina to try to promote juvenile justice reform and get teenagers out of adult prisons. She went to Alabama, where I'm about to go, to try to stop segregationist academies from claiming tax breaks, and they did it. She came to Texas and registered Hispanics that nobody else wanted to vote. She went to Arkansas and got them the first legal aid clinic that poor people in the Ozark Mountains had ever had a chance to get justice. Everything she has ever done, she wanted us to do it together and make something good happen. Everything. Everything. So, I want you to vote for her Tuesday. If you can't get there now, I want you to vote for her Tuesday. I want you to tell your friends and neighbors what you heard. We got to rise together. When you gave me the honor of serving, it is the only time in history where we rose together, led by the highest income grades from African Americans and Hispanics in percentage terms. Why? Because we built that economy from the bottom up for everybody, and she's going to do that again. So, and when you go home, you leave here. You remember what I told you? That pretty picture President Obama painted, he told you the truth. But it won't feel like the truth until everybody can look at that picture and find themselves in it. If that's what you want, bring Oklahoma home for Hillary. Thank you.